If you run a SaaS company and you'd like to upgrade as many of your free leads or free users into paid tiers, then in this video I'll tell you how you can ditch all the marketing gimmicks you'll find on the internet or TikTok and focus on one most important thing in your marketing strategy that's going to make all the difference. And that thing is education. But before you click off and say education is very obvious, it's not just education, it's also how you implement education into your marketing strategy that's going to make all the difference. And in case you're wondering who I am or how I know all this stuff and how you can trust me, my name's Nazim, and literally in my latest project, which is Passion.io, I helped that SaaS generate over $5 million in cash collected in just 2 years by helping them launch a new product and helping them also revolutionize their marketing strategy. And currently I'm working with another SaaS company, which is called Artist.tools, which is a SaaS for music curators and artists that helps them to protect their music from bot activity, but also at the same time give them data and insights to help them promote their music. The reason why I'm saying this is because I'm going to be using Artist.tools as a case study in this video, and I'll also give you other real life examples where I'll be proving my case that education is indeed the biggest piece you're missing from your marketing strategy right now, and how to basically move education into your marketing strategy. So back to Artist.tools. Aaron and I, we started working about 4 months ago. And when I first started looking at Artist.tools, I realized the amazing lead base that the business has. Unfortunately, there's also tons of people that were not upgrading in the higher tiers of the service. The functions were there, the website was there, and obviously the product is great, but that had me thinking, what is exactly missing from the marketing strategy? They even tried running ads prior to when I came on board, and they had an email newsletter, but still there were a lot of room to grow. And that made me think back to another comparison between 2 other SaaS that I'll also like to present in this video. And that example is between Clickfunnels and Unbounce. Both of these SaaS are landing page builders, and Unbounce has actually been around the market for way longer than Clickfunnels have ever have, and arguably you could say at a point when Clickfunnels came onto the scene, Unbounce had a more sophisticated software than Clickfunnels, but Clickfunnels obviously subsequently took over Unbounce and has become one of the most pristine service providers in the landing page CRM space at this point. So how did it happen? Well, the biggest reason why Clickfunnels managed to take over Unbounce, and quite honestly many other landing page SaaS, is because Clickfunnels were doing their marketing differently. Clickfunnels realized that they were not in the game of helping people build landing pages, but they were in the game of helping people generate leads and generate sales via their tool or via their software. They realized that people are not buying Clickfunnels because they want to just have a landing page or build a landing page just out of pure and sheer love for design or building landing pages. They realized that there was a specific end goal that they had, or a desired goal, desired outcome, and that their app was simply means to that end. And instead of promoting features or functionality like tons of other SaaS, they started promoting not just functionality and features, but also the dream outcome that using their features would bring to their clients. And their famous quote that said, "You're one funnel away from building a business of your dreams," have literally won them hundreds of thousands of users in just a short span of a couple of years. So thinking back to the Artist.tools, that made me think about our software as well, and how the functionality we offered was great. We would offer to artists and music curators, again, functionality like checking their music for spam or bot detection. We would give the kind of data and insights that would go way beyond of what Spotify would give them. We would give contact details of curators. We would give them all sorts of analytics, but I couldn't help but ask myself, but why do artists need all of this stuff in the first place? And obviously the answer did not make us wait for too long. The answer was to help them promote their music, and then also hopefully in the very long term make their music the primary source of their income, which is what you can argue is the biggest goal of any artist, that they can do their music full-time and not have to spin a bunch of gigs where their music career still is at this kind of like infancy forever or at a level of a hobby. What we also did was we started getting on interviews with our existing clients and asking them about how they used the software, and again, most importantly, to what end. And the result of our research was a webinar that we put together with Aaron, and the webinar went for about an hour. And obviously at the webinar, at the end of it, there was a pitch to buy a subscription to Artist Tools. But what preceded to the offer, which by the way, the offer was great. It was a fair and a nicely discounted offer. But what made the webinar so great was that it wasn't just about a better price that they could get on the website, even, for example, was that the webinar itself was a very, very valuable piece of education that taught and helped people, again, our audience, artists, on how they can use Artist Tools to achieve their dream outcome, which is promoting their music, getting more streams, and hopefully making their music career the primary source of their income. And what we did was we broke the webinar down to 3 music promotion models that we knew was working with the clients that we interviewed, and we did not hold much back, and we basically showed people how our best clients are promoting their music with artist.tools and how our other artists could use the same marketing modalities and systems to promote their music as well. And as you can imagine, the outcome was spectacular. People not only loved their discounted offer, which a lot of the competitors offer, but the offer was also highly relevant to them because they just saw a webinar, an education piece of content that would tell them how to use the product that's discounted and that looks so sexy and lucrative with a bunch of bonuses to help them attain their dream outcome. And that's really what I mean when I say that education is probably still one of the biggest missing points or elements in your marketing strategy. And what I mean education, what I really mean is that you should stop trying to sell functionality or functions only, but you should also stop for a second and think a little bit, what is it that functionality that you offer to your clients helps them to achieve? What is the dream outcome? And understand that the functionality of your SaaS is just means to that end, and then educate your people on how your SaaS or your tools can serve them as the means to attaining that end. And then also promote, as much as you promote your functionality of your SaaS, but also promote that end goal that they have, that the desired outcome as well. Now, you might be thinking, Nazim, will this work for me, or what industries these things work in? I can almost immediately tell you that this is going to be true for 99.9% of B2C SaaS out there. But even when it comes to B2B, when you think about it, you could say that it's business to business. But at the end of the day, I'm a big supporter of a saying that people buy from people. And even if you're selling to other businesses, there's people within that organization that call the shots and that make decisions. And if you talk to those people as well, then the same principle applies. And by the way, this principle applies not only to a webinar strategy or a webinar funnel you can implement in your business, but also your sales strategy and sales processes and sales script and how you handle your sales conversations with your leads. It applies there as well. Talk your client's language. Tell them that you know their end goal, or ask them about their end goal, how they would like to use their app, and then sell your SaaS as a connecting line between the two dots, where they are versus where they want to be. And that's really the best way to sell your SaaS, or pretty much any other product or service, where you draw 2 dots on the map, where your client is, where they want to be, and then that line of how they're going to get there is your product. And if you do that, then you're going to rack in tons of sales. That's it for this video. Make sure to like, comment if you have any questions, and also make sure to go to nazimconsulting.com and apply for a strategy session with me where I can help you with your marketing, sales, and lead generation strategy in a similar fashion. I've worked literally with dozens and dozens of businesses. I've helped them generate over $40 million in sales. So the call we're going to get on is going to be extremely valuable. But that's it for this video. If you'd like to actually hear from Aaron about the work we've done together, I'll attach our case study or our success testimonial video here in this video. So make sure to check that out as well. Just so you know that I'm not spitting just some theories here, but it's pure facts and there's some strong proof as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next.